Hey everybody! Good to see you again, and boy do I have something really special for you today. I'm really proud of myself. Say hello to Santa riding Rudolph gift box. Not only is this a great decoration for your house, it is also a invaluable work of art worth millions. And you can also use it as a gift box. The big gift goes in here, and the smaller gift goes in here. Now, let me show you what you need to make it. You need a big carton, milk carton or any type of carton, and a slightly smaller carton. So big and small carton. You'll need some strips of cardboard. You'll need a stiff piece of paper about this stiff, like that. And you will need a bit of tape, glue, scissors, some paint, some brushes, and markers, ruler, color pencils, and I think that's about it. Now come on closer and I will show you what to do. We start with opening up the mouths of the Santa and the reindeer. Now notice that I'm using this bit, this side up, the one with the triangle here, and I'm measuring about 13 cm up, and I'm drawing a straight line across. Now all this depends of course on the size of your carton. If you have a different carton than mine, you can still do it. It's just that you got to figure out your own measurements. Then I turn it to the side and I measure about 16 on this side. So from here to here I draw a straight line again. The same thing on the other side. 16 up this side, draw the straight line. Now this then is Santa's mouth, and it's important that you get the straight line where this triangle on top is. Now let's do the same thing on this one. So I go here, I measure about 15 this time, about 15. Straight line, and then let's see, roughly about 17. Straight line, same thing here, 17. There. Then we cut this open with, you can use the scissors, but it's actually better with a cutting knife. But if you're going to use the cutting knife, get an adult to help you. Don't do this yourself. Get an adult to help you so you don't cut yourself. But it's also possible to do it with the scissors. It's just a little bit more tricky. Now, when that is done, you glue them together. That means this is Santa, so this is his mouth. He is riding the reindeer, Rudolph. Now the mouth here is pointing down, so pointing down towards the table, and this one is pointing out, sitting here. So you need glue on top, quite a lot. Make sure it sticks really well. You stick it on, so it's just about like that, a little space here. And then in the middle, position it in the middle here so that it sits well and balances well on top there. Now, to keep it steady, let's use some tape and then stick it down properly. And this time the tape is going to stay on, so we need to rub it down carefully. Sometimes, I take the tape off afterwards. It's just there to kind of support the gluing process. This time I'm gonna allow the tape to stay on, basically to make the whole construction stronger, you know, so that, you know, Santa will never fall off Rudolph, no matter what happens. Okay, so we turn it around. Do the same thing here. Rub the tape well so that it sticks really strongly. How many bits of tape is up to you. I'm gonna take a couple on each side and then maybe one at the back. Make sure it goes all the way into the little corners. There. Oops, same thing on the front. And then it needs to dry for quite a while. I mean, this glue, because it's in between two waterproof cartons, needs a bit of time to dry. So, you know, be patient and let it dry. And when it is dry, you will end up with something like this. That means this one now is dry, and you can see Santa's mouth is this way, and Rudolph's mouth is this way. So like that. Okay, time to stick on the legs. Now, the legs, that's when you need these little strips of cardboard. So these are little strips that I've just cut off a cardboard box, and you roll them together quite tightly. This will then be Rudolph's legs. Now, we put a little bit of glue at the end of the roll, and then you kind of roll it together and put on a little bit of tape so that it will dry stuck together well. And then afterwards we will take the tape off. So don't rub this tape down really strongly, because later we will remove the tape. But you need the tape to hold this together while it's drying. So let me show you again. Roll it up tightly. A little bit of glue on the end there, like that. Squeeze. Add a little piece of tape. Don't rub down, just keep it open like this so that's easy to take off. Now these need to dry for a little while, and then you will end up with 4 legs like these that are dry. Now I will take the tape off just to show you. So when you take the tape off, they look like that. Now if you decide to leave the tape on, that's also alright. I mean, it's no big deal, but I just thought that they look okay without the tape, so why not take the tape off. Okay, so there you go. You got 4 little reindeer legs. Now when it comes to legs like this, you can make them out of anything you have. You can make them out of rolling up paper. You can use bottle caps such as these, like, you know, gluing together bottle caps, or any other material you have handy. So this is just one suggestion for you to make legs, but you know, different ways of making legs. Use your imagination. Okay, let's stick the legs on. We need lots of glue on one side. Be generous. Yeah, a nice dollop, because we want these legs to stick really well. Now the best is actually for you to leave them like this for a few minutes for the glue to get more sticky, if you know what I mean. Right now it's a bit wet, but you know, after a little while they get really sticky, and then you stick it on. And make sure you stick right, because now you have the reindeer here. It's important to get the balance right. So you stick on the legs right below Santa on the corner. So one corner here, one corner, oops, one corner there, and the same on the other side. Now let's see if I can lift them a bit. Yes, same on the other side. You have this corner right below Santa and this corner. Now you can see that Santa balances perfectly on these four reindeer legs. Now when they are dry, they're not dry now, but you know, you gotta wait for half an hour or so. When they are dry, you can start painting the whole thing white. So you paint the whole thing white, and I tell you why. Because you want to white out the print that is on the carton. Because if you want your Santa to look good and the colors to be really bright and undisturbed, you want to remove what's already on the carton. If you go directly with red or yellow or whatever color you have, it will not look good, you see, because this print will actually show through the color. So you need to have this white base, or a white foundation if you wish. Okay, so you paint the whole thing white. And by the way, as you can see here, one layer of white usually doesn't cover. So when this is dry, you need to add another coat. Usually 2 coats, or sometimes even 3, but at least 2 coats should do the trick. Then you will end up with, whoa, one that looks like this. You see? Here you have Santa and Rudolph painted white with legs stuck on. No need to paint the legs white, by the way. As you can see, you can still see a little bit of print through, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be super perfect as long as it is, fairly white. Okay, now let's continue drawing on the features on these 2 characters. Let's draw on the face. Now, if this is the mouth, then the hat is up here. So we draw a straight line for the furry bit on Santa's hat. 1 line for that, and 1 line for the furry bit. Then we continue with that right the way through the whole shape of the carton. So a straight line and a straight line on the other side. And on the back side. Make sure that the lines meet each other here. Okay. Then we got the beard. The beard is just like this. Yo-ho! There, and continuing on the sides up to about here. Not all the way to the end, but roughly about here. And then the same on the other side. There. So the ears go here, and the nose goes there. Then we do the belt. You can make the belt, of course, as wide as you like. The buckle. And you can position the belt roughly where you wherever you want it, so this is all flexible. My Santa is really, just a suggestion for you to try, but you know, you can invent all kinds of different looks for this Santa. So just have fun with it. Okay, and then the lines have to meet on the back side, just like on the hat. There. Next we have the reindeer, and let's see, anything to draw on the reindeer? No, actually we'll go straight with the paint and then we'll stick on the parts after that. Starting with Santa Red. Starting with the hat. And the painting job takes a bit of patience, because it can take quite a while to paint it really well. Because usually you need 2 layers of paint to cover everything and make it look nice and even. And it needs to dry in between. So I suggest that you get a hair dryer, because a hair dryer is really handy to speed up the drying time, so that it won't take you so long to complete the painting. So you add 1 layer, you let it dry or hair dry it, and then you do the second one. I'm using acrylic paints because they are perfect for this kind of work. You can mix them with water when they dry. They are waterproof, they're bright, they're easy to use, they don't smell, they're environmentally friendly, and basically really good paints to use for this type of craft work. And you can get them in pretty much all stores, art stores that is. They're called artist acrylic paints. You can also use other paints such as gouache or house paint, as in, like, you know, what you use to paint houses with. Okay, red up to here, this is the moustache, so stay clear of that. So now I'm painting in between the beard and the belt. And of course we're going to paint what's underneath the belt, Santa's coat. Now when you're painting an object on all sides, like I do now, you know, on 4 sides, you may want to dry it, stop and dry it 1 or 2 times in the process, because or else you will get so messy, you will get paint on your hands and everything. So, you know, stop and dry it a couple of times. That's my advice. Now here is a bit of hair, so there's a beard here, and then this is the back of Santa's head, so I leave a bit of a line for Santa's hair on this side. It's getting less and less space to hold the box now. Some red underneath, next to the reindeer. Now this needs to dry, so give me a second and I'll be right back. Next, I'm moving on to the face color. It's just a straight line above the moustache. So the moustache is here. I draw the face color right across up to the furry bit of the hat. Straight across, and of course on the other side. Now here you got to watch for the moustache. So the moustache goes in like this, continue in like this, up to about here. That's where the moustache stops and the face color stops, roughly. There. Then let's get on with the reindeer. First, a bit of light yellowy brown on the body. There we go. Up to where the opening for the mouth is. Now I've been saying that this is the mouth of the reindeer. Actually it isn't. It's the neck, and there's an opening there. So sorry about that. It's actually the neck of the reindeer and the mouth is over here somewhere. Anyway, so paint up to the neck, straight across here. Careful not to spill yellowy brown on Santa's red coat. And then the underside. And the legs. We'll paint it all. There we go. Now for the head, a darker brown. This one is really dark, so that we get a nice contrast to the light brown here, you see. It's good with contrast. So like here you got contrast between red and white. Here it's dark brown, light brown. So contrast is always important when you choose colors. There. Let's move on to the belt. For the belt I use a smaller brush. It's a pretty narrow space there, so can't use a big brush for that. And then the buckle is yellow. But this is where you really need to let things dry. Like the black needs to dry before you add the yellow, or else you just, you know, smudge it together. But anyway, let me just show you. So I'm going to use my finger as a brush here. So a little bit of yellow on the buckle. Ah, barely made it. Finally, a thin brush, a bit of red, and I'll add the lower lip. So I won't add an upper lip, but I will add a lower lip. This is of course totally up to you. If you want lips everywhere, that's fully possible. But I think that the expression in Santa's face is quite nice with a lower lip, but without the upper lip. Okay, so a bit of lip on the side as well. And if you feel that the white isn't white enough on the beard, you may want to touch up on the white on the beard as well. I'm not going to do it now, but if you feel that your white isn't white enough, just keep on touching it up until it's totally as white as you like it to be. Now this one is going to dry properly for a while. Now it's going to take half an hour, or I don't know, an hour maybe, and then we will add the bits. Back in a sec. And I'm back, and this one is almost dry and just perfect, because now we are gonna draw the Santa and reindeer bits, the bitters. We start with Santa. Okay, he needs eyes, so 2 round eyes, roughly this size, up to you of course. A nose shaped like an egg, ears also shaped like kind of eggs that are a bit pointy at one end, teeth, funny bunny teeth, arms, 1 arm, 3 fingers, holding a sack with all the gifts. A bit dry, this marker. I'm going to change it to a better one. Okay, the other arm coming up, and here you can make Santa, you know, have any funny gesture with his hand as you like. Just come up with something silly. With Santa, always be silly. That's a safe bet. Let me turn it around for you so it's easier for you to see what I'm doing. Can you see her now? Eyes, ears, nose, teeth, arms. What else? Yeah, we need legs. So legs down here. 1 leg. You know, when you draw arms and legs like that, they don't always have to be equal. You know, when this one is a bit smaller, and that's fine, because that'll just add to the funny Santa look. So no problem. Then we'll do the reindeer bits. Okay, first we need a big, huge reindeer nose. We need eyes. Rudolph's eyes are a bit tired, like this, a bit sleepy. He's been working hard, old Rudolph. Ears, and the ear shape is just like that. And then the tail, and the tail is just the same as the ear. Then we need the horn. Very simple horn. Now that's the gluing lug we need for gluing. Okay, what else do we need for Rudolph? How about? Yeah, I think that's about all we need really. Okay, let's color it all in. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. La 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 la. It's good to sing when you draw. It just adds to the fun, and the drawing will look nicer, of course. Okay, I'm using a lot of brown for Rudolph. I think this reddish brown, or reddy yellowy brown actually, will look good with the other browns that we have on Rudolph's body. So that's why I choose this color. A bit contrast to the other browns. So both the ears and the tail will have the same color. Rudolph. And the horns as well. Now it may look a bit boring to have the same brown on all these bits, but I tell you, when they go on Rudolph, you will see that it will look nice. So trust me, I know how to color. Okay. There. Move on to Santa. Gluing lug here at the end of the leg. I'm a bit sloppy here. I'm sure you can do a better job than me. I'm a bit tired. You know, it's almost Christmas and I gotta go home to my mom. She's waiting for me. And for the nose, I add a bit of Santa flesh tone first. You can of course choose any skin color you like. It's all up to you. I'm going for the traditional one with the sort of ready nose and all that. Okay. Same thing, flesh tone as a base, and then I can sort of do a gradient, you know, a color gradient with the red, so that the ear is a bit redder on the at the tip. There, I'm gonna have a little bit of yellow actually on the pupils, on the eyes, just to brighten up his face a bit, like a traffic sign. Okay, now the hands, flesh tone. The sack with presents, brown. Never mind me being a bit sloppy. I'm just trying to hurry up so I can go home to my mom. Okay, there. Okay, and finally, the boots are black. You can of course color with markers or crayons or anything you like. Pencils are usually my favorite choice, but it's all up to you. Okay, now all this needs to be cut out. But to make it easier, I have already done that job before I started shooting this video. So here are my pieces. I lay them out for you. So you have I have arms, got legs down here, teeth, nose, ears, eyes, reindeer nose, reindeer ears, horns, eyes, and tail at the back. Okay, let's stick them on. So I bring in this one. You remember this one? Our old pal. Okay, and I start with sticking on the eyes. Okay, eye on. Stick them down well. Now for the nose, we make a little fold. See, fold a gluing lug up here. There. Glue on, stick it down. See, now it stands out like that. Legs. Gluing lug here. On they go. Hey, look at that. Neat. Ears. Fold a bit. Where's the other one? Oh, here it is. Here is the other ear. Glue. Rub, rub, rub. It goes, remember that? At the end of the skin tone by the beard. Other side. Okay. They of course need a few minutes to settle in. Okay. We fold the arms. On they go. One arm is pointing up like this, and the other one pointing down with the sack. If the sack touches here, you may want to change. You may want to adjust this one a bit. If you fold it a bit more like that, you will see now that, hey, the sack, we have moved the sack out. So by folding this different ways, you can then adjust how the arm is stuck onto the body. So that's more better. Okay, see, now this is good. I'm quite happy with this. Teeth, glue on top there, stick it inside the mouth. Hey, that's funny. Funny bunny teeth. Okay, there. Now let's dry this so that it sticks on really well before we do the reindeer. Back in a sec. Okay, time to decorate the Reindeer Rudolph. Now we start with his nose. Bit of glue here. On it goes. The eyes. See, as soon as the eye pops on, Rudolph start to look alive. Now, ears. Fold, glue. Nice. Horn. Hey, cool. You see how easy it is to bring Rudolph alive, you know, to make him have an expression in his face. So easy. Okay, finally the tail, small little tail on the back, like this. Nice. Now, finally, a few spots. I'll bring back my brown paint, take a smaller brush, and then I dab just a little bit, a few dabs, just to create that sort of furry texture. And then let me swap them in with my very perfect, very dry version. Nice, isn't it? Now, about the gift box. You need gifts, of course. So let me fetch something suitable that I want to give away this time. I'm back, and what do I want to give away? Yes, I want to give away my old socks. Yeah, so in they go. We open up Rudolph's head. The socks goes inside, and close it up, and then my pencils. Hey, ha ha ha! My precious pencils. I'm gonna give him away. Goes in Santa's mouth. Let's be generous. It's Christmas only once a year. Okay, here we go. Close him up. Now you can put them anywhere for decoration, and then as a big surprise, bring them out for Christmas Eve and give away something to your loved ones. Ho 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 ho, and pencil ho! This will be my last idea for you this Christmas, but keep on watching. I'm uploading new videos every week. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas to everybody!